Joyhdae,
Ryan. Virgo season.
I have a question for you.
What's your question?
What word has an N, an I, and two G's in it?
Obviously, it's not what we're thinking, and I don't know what.
Ginger.
Mm-hmm. 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 I mean, even if it was the word that I was thinking, I don't say that word, so it don't make no difference to me.
I know you don't say that word. I'm working on not saying that word. I do slip up, but is a guy that was going around on TikTok, and he's asking that to white people,
Mm.
and it's absolutely hilarious to see the utter panic on their faces until they realize that that's not the word he means. It's a black man that's doing it.
Of course.
And I saw it and I was like, this is hilarious because he's just walking up to him. He's like, what words has an N, an I, and two G's in it? And like,
Right.
there's some that are like,
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it's
and then
only
they
one
think,
word in the dictionary. Mm-hmm.
you know, and then they think about it and then they come up with ginger and he's like, correct, which I thought was
I'm
hilarious.
surprised that people actually come up with it. So that's good. Good
Listen,
to hear.
another thing that crossed my feed today that I need to ask you: why do we pronounce the G in longevity twice? English is drunk.
I don't actually pronounce it the way you just said it.
You don't pronounce longevity as longevity.
No.
How do you pronounce longevity?
Longevity.
The same way I just said it.
Long, long. Maybe I guess so. I guess so. I
It's
guess so. I
long
just
and
don't. I just don't.
longevity.
I just don't pronunciate the G like so distinctly like you do. But I guess so. I don't know. The language is dumb. I done told y'all this already. This was one of my first rants on this damn show. I don't know. I don't know. They took us from our place of origin and dropped us off all across the Caribbean and the South and all of that stuff. And so we're paying for that with their dumbass language. So I don't
We
know.
are. This language is absolutely
Ah,
atrocious and drunk. How are you?
I'm exhausted today. Exhausted. I was just telling you, I was like, yo, we didn't just put this damn last episode out. Like, why are we recording again? What's happening? Like, it's just
Um,
so much
because
going on.
we need to. I was told to tell you
Oh
that
Lord, here we
you
go.
signed up for episodes dropping on Monday. So no excuses. Okay. No more excuses.
All right, I guess I just won't have an excuse, but it's still it ain't gonna stop them from fucking yelling at me. I'm sorry. Oh, that F word came out very easily.
It
Like I'm
did. It
tired.
did.
I'm
You are
tired.
tired. You are very tired. That means this episode may be a little wild because when Ryan is tired, we don't know what
Whew.
comes out of his mouth.
Oh my
So,
gosh. Oh my
side
gosh.
note, I went shopping today at Aldi for my groceries.
Mm,
I know what you're gonna say, but their sparkling pink lemonade, top notch. I know. Trainer Jones has a bag of sparkling pink lemonade.
they do.
I don't. I'm an Aldi shopper.
So am I actually, but same company, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm thinking I might need to find a new way to earn funds because I am tired.
Mm,
I'm just saying, getting paid to sleep would be my dream job.
mine too. Oh, I would be the CEO. I would rise so quickly up the ranks if that were a job.
She didn't catch that.
Oh, wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry. You said paid to sleep, and honestly, I clocked out because that is so ideal for me.
I said I said getting paid to sleep would be my dream job.
Oh, all right. I heard you now.
Mm-hmm.
I dead ass. The first time you said it, you said paid to sleep, and I
Mm-hmm.
zoned out because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that literally would be like no pun intended a dream job for me.
I'm so good at sleeping. I could do it with my eyes closed.
Shut up, Ryan. Shut up. Okay, it's only gonna pass me once. Okay, later on after we have our conversation, maybe we'll have a couple more moments where
Oh my
I
god.
get caught slipping, but I'm not gonna get caught
Yeah.
slipping back to back.
But yeah, anyway, just to piggyback off of why I'm so tired. Who told us millennials to have children? Children was a good idea and all that. Who told us this? Because when the summer comes, the schools say, take your damn children back. And then we got to find ways to entertain these damn children.
Mhm.
my good sis friend, godmommy to my kids, came up from North Carolina, and so my goddaughter and her goddaughters, which would be my children, they all came together to bamboozle us to take them to Coney Island. You can't catch me at Coney Island otherwise, because no. This is the I mean, we had a good time, and I would recommend and highly advise against it. I'm just saying. It's just like it's like a money pit. Like, who told yo,
I
Janae?
would recommend and highly recommend against it.
Oh my god. Like, I mean, it was so nice to watch them have like a great time, but
Mhm.
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. And it was hot. Why do people like to walk around in the sun? I'm tall and I'm trying to find shade. And so I'm standing next to like trailers and like all these different things, trying to stand in the shade. Why is the shade up to my chest? The shade is just coming here, and then the sun is just, oh, yo, I am beat today.
You just going through it. You
I
were
am,
going through it. Like
I am
you were
finished,
outside, like just
finished.
listen. I know they told us to have kids. I obviously did not get the memo. Or I'm late to the game per usual because I don't
Oh
have kids.
man.
But that's
Mm,
one thing that I always think about during this, because there's one thing that I enjoy the most during the summer, and that's like taking midday naps, like
mm,
out in the sun or in the, just. And I know that if I had a kid,
mm.
it just wouldn't be possible.
I could take a mid-episode nap. I could take an early episode nap,
Let's
actually. Like,
let's. I mean,
just
I don't
saying.
know how enticing that would be to the people watching, but
I
by
mean,
all means,
people be watching all sorts of stuff on YouTube
that's true.
and other platforms. So I'm just saying, just saying.
No
We might
point.
get the subscribers that we looking for. I'm just saying.
That's a point. I may just like flash my toes real quick, get some extra subscribers. You know what I mean? Because they do be looking at all
I,
kinds of
I
stuff.
cannot.
um.
Oh my goodness.
So you did something fun this week
I
that
did
that I'm dying to hear
again.
about.
Seems like it happened like 6 weeks ago. Like, that's how long ago this seems. Like, it's just like, I don't know what's going on with my timeline anymore. Like, oh my gosh. Yes, I did do something fun today. I went out to see my girl Missy tear down the Barclays Center. It was phenomenal.
Was it? I'm sure it was.
Phenomenal.
I know it
Phenomenal.
was. I know it was.
It,
It's
it,
Missy.
it was awesome. One thing it definitely cleared up for me is that Beyonce is the GOAT. That's what
Of
that cleared
course.
up for me. Because as much as I had a great time at this concert, it was not a Beyonce concert. It just wasn't. It wasn't like, it was like you go to a Beyonce concert, from the parking lot, you feel like you're having an experience from the time you park your car to the time you can get back to your car to leave.
Right.
Like, it's a full
Right.
blown experience.
Right.
This, not so much. The line to get into Barclays was so disorganized. It took forever to get in, one, and then two, it said that Timbaland was going to be the opener, and there was no Timbaland opener.
Oh, okay. Oh,
We-
okay.
all in all, let's just say this: Ciara opened. I did not know that Ciara had so many songs, bangers, bangers. Like,
Okay.
actually, like bangers. Like, people were
Just not my
into it.
ministry.
Into it. They were into it. The thing about it is, and my wife had to remind me, is that Ciara just had a baby.
Right.
Ciara was not moving like the Ciara we know from Goodies. She was not. She was giving and a one and a two and a one and a two, and it was fine. Again, not Beyonce. You know what I mean?
Right. Got it.
She brought out Lola Brooke and Lady London.
Okay.
Eh,
Did they
eh,
perform?
come on,
Or
Janae.
was it just like,
They came out to do a song that they have with Ciara, and
oh,
then
they got a song with Ciara?
they do.
Oh, okay.
Also, if I ever tell you that I'm going to a concert that has multiple acts, remind me not to do that.
Okay.
It's a one act concert thing for me, because I am not doing this. Okay, Sierra's finished. Intermission, so that we can reset the stage and start the next person. Like,
Right.
I can't get with that. I don't know what they did in other cities, but that's what they did at Barclays. Busta. Busta is no woo-ha Busta. anymore.
Right,
I'm gonna
right.
just let you know that
Got
right
you
now.
all in check. Sorry.
I remember telling you, I was like, "Yo, this man better not come out here and just stand around and give me nothing." And you was just like, "You know, Busta's gonna be amazing. You know, he's gonna be like." Busta was amazing, but Busta also stood around and talked and swore that he was a comedian and just talked
Oh
and
yes, no.
talked and talked. I was just like, "What
Yeah,
is
no.
happening? What is
Absolutely
happening?"
not Busta.
He brought out his kids, one of which is an artist that supposedly is bubbling in these streets, a rapper or whatever. I was like, all right. When that kid came out, nobody was making any noise. They had no idea who he was, but apparently he's doing something. He brought out Ding Dong, reggae Jamaican dancehall artist, which was awesome. I really wanted him to bring out Spice so we could get that Jamaican cowboy music. That's what I was waiting
That
for. That that's what
that would
I
have been
was waiting.
phenomenal. That would have been phenomenal. No, that would have
That
been phenomenal.
that did not happen. I'm guessing they're waiting for Atlanta to do that. But then he brought out none other than LL Cool J, which I mean, it was it was a thing.
Let me just say something really quickly
Go ahead.
about LL Cool J.
Uh
Okay.
huh.
LL Cool J has been fine my whole life.
Can't speak to
However, I need him to stop with the Botox or whatever it is that he has been doing that has his face so smooth because it's not working. He's still fine. Okay. He's been fine my whole life.
that. Mm.
But he's also under that, he's letting them doctors do what they do to keep him looking young and living up to that black don't crack. I'm gonna need him to pull back just a little bit because the skin is just a little too tight, LL. Just a little
I,
too tight around the face.
yeah,
That's all I have to
yeah.
say.
So
What
they
songs
did
did
that.
he perform?
They did "Flavor in Your Ear"
Okay.
for the first time ever,
Oh,
ever. Period.
here
They've
comes
never
the
performed.
brand new flavor in your ear. Hey, time for new flavor in your ear. I love that song. I'm glad that.
they never performed that before ever.
Wow.
So that was something to witness. I was expecting a different crowd, honestly. Like when I looked around the arena, I was like, "Am I old?
Yes,
am I
you
am I
are.
am I the old people?"
Yeah, you are.
Because
You
that's what it
are.
seemed like. So yeah, they definitely like because when Lady London and Lola Brooke came out, like I knew who they were, but a lot of the people in the arena did not. But LL came out, it, it was next level. Then Buster finishes all of his talking and doing all of that nonsense. Another intermission, and I'm like, here we go with the nonsense. But how old is Missy? Is Missy 50 or
I don't
like
know.
50
Let's see.
something? I think she is. When I tell you this lady had all of the energy,
She's 53.
when I tell you this lady had all of the energy today, I think she performed for 45 minutes straight, at
That's what I'm
least.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
At least like 40, like nonstop. When I tell you it was like theatric, like Broadway show, like
Mhm.
she gave you dancers, she gave you pyrotechnics, she gave you graphics, she gave you I'm flying up into the sky, she gave you I'm flying over the audience, she literally gave
She
you
was giving.
everything.
Listen, Missy's not the goaded entertainer that she is for no reason. Do you know what I mean? I just hate the fact that Missy never got her coins. Like she's never really mentioned in the same conversations, or she hasn't really been until recent years with like the Little Kims and like the Foxy Browns. When if we're gonna be 100% honest, her career has outlasted theirs in terms of like
You think
entertainment.
people thought that that Foxy was richer than Missy?
When people bring up their favorite rappers, Missy's usually not in their top.
Because
Like,
she's not as lyrical. I get that part, but like when we talking about money, this is a different
no, no,
story.
I don't. I'm not talking about money. I'm just talking about like
Oh,
when they bring up those rappers of like influential
right,
rappers, entertainers, women.
right,
Missy
right,
is oftentimes kind of casted in the background
right,
when it comes to like the Little Kims, the Foxy Browns, when in actuality, she should really be at the forefront of these conversations because she's been able to outlast them.
right.
Because let's be real, if
Let's.
Little Kim did a tour right now, it would have to be Little Kim and Friends in order for it to be a successful tour.
Speaking of which, Missy brought out Lil Kim in
How
Busta.
did they
She
do?
did. She did something. She did something. What I will say was when she came up, I was just like, why is everyone going crazy? Who is that? Who?
Not you not recognizing the Queen Bee.
Who is that? And then the music came on, and I was like, oh,
Which song did they
that
do?
was
Did they do that stupid ass song "Put Your Lighters Up"? Because when I tell you I hate that song.
no, she didn't do that. I think she came out to jump off, and
Okay.
so yeah, like
Okay.
people was like it was rocking. Like I like the people next to me. Well, I would say the people to my right were shaking because the black lady that was next to me, I don't know if she was necessarily brought up with black people,
With black
but
people. Gotcha.
but all in all, we were shaking in that place.
Okay. All
It
right.
was a time. It was a time. I had a good time. Busta also brought out Rod Digger, who I haven't seen in live ever, which was awesome to see. And
What
so
song
yeah,
did
it
they
was
do?
she came out to do one of them flip mode songs. I can't remember, but
Oh,
like it
okay.
was it was just nice to see her. I had a great time. We left and we were still on a high. That's how I
Hi.
know that you
It
had
was a good.
we had a good time. But like it was good. I'm glad I spent the money on it and that we had a good time. Missy had to come back out on the stage because when she finished the show, there was so much noise and people were not leaving that
As she deserves.
she she had to come back out to just thank everybody and then to kind of give everybody the okay to leave because when she finished the show it was like cliffhanger. People was just like, is it over? Like
Listen,
we couldn't tell. Like so yeah.
honestly, I would have gone. I know you kept telling me like go, go, go,
Shame on
but
you.
I it was something about Ciara being on that ticket. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just threw me and I just could not
Sierra
wrap my
put
head
on
around. I'm
okay,
sure
wait.
she did. She's
I
not my
think
ministry though. I would have not enjoyed it. I
I
would
think
unless
okay,
she
put it
would
like
have done if she would have done nobody's gonna be all that thing that you that's gonna be
come on, Janae.
if she would have just did that hook, then I'd
come
have been
on.
like, yes.
She's never
But
gonna
other
do
than
that
that,
song. She's
but
never
other
gonna do
than
that.
that, like as soon as she said she was when Missy was going on tour, I was hyped. And then she said she was going on tour with Busta. I was
I
like,
was
oh
extra
yeah.
hype. I was
I
extra
was
hype,
in
but
the
I thought
building. I'm like in the building. And then they
mhm.
was like, and Ciara. And I was like, absolutely the fuck not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's not my ministry. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
Love her
I
and
mean,
Russell though.
Missy also brought Ciara and Busta back out. What honestly, if we're talking about a show, Ciara put on a better show than Busta did. Busta is just Busta, and Busta has Busta songs and
Right.
Busta's voice, and so Busta had a bigger reaction in Brooklyn because it's
It's
Brooklyn
Busta.
and
Right.
it's Busta, But if we're talking about like putting effort into a show, like she actually put a set together. Like Busta was just like I imagine him and Spliff saying on the way to Barclays, I think we're gonna do this, and this. And we're gonna just send this to Scratcher Tour real quick and have him put it together, and that's that. Like
But
literally, that's what it
also,
seemed like.
only in recent times, because remember, rappers used to really just come out with their DJ, stand
That's
on
what he
stage,
said. That's what he said.
rap,
But
and then like and things have changed, right? Like I'm not gonna hold you, things have changed because like Jay has a set. Like when Jay goes on tour, like he has a set. So things have changed. But
yeah,
some people are old. Buster 52. They be set in their ways. He was never out
he's
here on
set
them
in his
streets.
ways.
He was not out here in these streets with a whole set. He's used to just the DJ, him, and the audience's energy. You know what I mean? Putting the mic out. That's what it
Right.
is. Shout out to Spliff Star because that man has been Buster's side man. What is it called? Hype man
Hype man, hype man.
forever and a day.
Hi, Cash.
I know that because he was not here making noise, and I heard him
Hmm.
the last couple of episodes. Um, but Spliff has literally been okay with just basically sleeping on the couch, waiting for Buster to be like, "All right, we got something to do," and
Yeah,
just he's ready to pop out. Like,
yeah, yeah,
so shout out to him because I don't know how many people would be
yeah.
okay with just that.
I was just disappointed in Busta because he had so many opportunities to bring out so many different people, and he did none of that. He started the show. He started the show off with his song with Mariah Carey, and I was like,
Ooh.
If he bring Mariah Carey out at the beginning of his set, this is crazy. I don't know what is about to happen. No Mariah Carey. Then he's like, I also did a song with another legend, Janet. I said, where's Janet? No, Janet. No, Janet. Like so many opportunities,
But you
sir.
know why?
What's
But you
wrong
gotta
with you?
realize too.
Mariah lives in New York. What are we talking about?
But it is Mariah Carey. She is not
She's not coming
being
to this bullshit.
second bill on for somebody who's already second bill on a tour. Do you know what I mean?
I could hear her
It's
saying that. Yes.
like it's
Yes.
Mariah Carey. Like
Yeah.
if this is your headlining gig and
Yeah.
you bringing me out for like a set, and I'm not just doing my song, you're gonna have to step to the side, and I have to hit them with some of my jams,
Right. Right.
and then it becomes really the Mariah Carey show because nobody's gonna be talking about Busta if Mariah gets on stage
I get that. I
and
get that.
performs even because Mariah vocally in the last couple of years is she's been a little
Hmm.
hit or miss.
Hmm.
If she's hitting in Brooklyn, it's no longer Busta's story. The story's no
I
longer
tell
about
people,
Busta.
I tell people all the time, I could care less. I couldn't care less
Mm-hmm.
about Mariah and all her octaves. I just want hip hop Mariah Carey. I want Jermaine Dupri Mariah Carey. That's what I want. I
I
don't
do
care about
too. I
all
want
them
her to
ballads
drop
and
an
all that nonsense.
album.
I don't want that.
I just want her for nostalgia's sake because honestly, hip hop Mariah is one of my favorite Mariahs. I
That's what
like
I
ballad
want.
Mariah too because you can't tell me that she and I don't sound alike in my
You don't.
head when I
I
be
could tell you
singing.
that. I think other people listening and
I
watching the show, they could tell you that too.
I did not ask you.
You just said I
No,
couldn't tell you.
I
I just
said
told you. I just told
I
you.
I didn't ask you to tell me that. I'm just saying. So the point
I was
still
just proving you
remains.
wrong. That's what I was doing. I was proving
The
you wrong.
point still
Hmm.
remains that Ballad Mariah and Joyhdae sound the same in this household when I give my
Hmm.
concerts. Okay.
You've been selling the Delulu is the Salulu. It's not the Salulu for this episode because you don't sound like that lady. You
First
don't.
of all, you want to talk about delusional? Let's talk about what delusional you were before this episode started, bro. You tried to tell me that my Yankees were having a worse season than your Mets, only to be proven wrong. Like Delulu, sir, Delulu
Listen,
is
all I'm
you.
gonna say is the Mets are in a better position to let the other people knock each other out so that they
Oh,
can win.
okay,
I'm just
okay.
saying that. That's all I'm
For
saying.
those who are not
Aaron Judge
following
is
baseball right
is
now,
amazing though.
Yankees are currently tied for first in the American League,
East.
while the Mets are in third place, 9 games behind for the National League in the East. Since you're going to be all specific.
Well, I'm not talking about the Mets today. I have a Knicks hat on
Mm-hmm.
today, and we are talking about how amazing my Knicks are. That's what we're talking about.
No, we weren't. We
Yes,
were talking
yes.
about your Mets because you definitely tried to
You're
come for my
Delulu. I don't
Yankees.
remember ever speaking about baseball.
I'm just letting you know.
Speaking of
What's up?
basketball,
What's
the
up?
Olympics. I know we finished with the Olympics. I just got to get this off
We
my
aren't.
chest.
We aren't. But go ahead,
I just got to get this off
because then
my
we can
chest.
seg that into a topic. So go ahead.
Okay. Um y'all can't tell me that the NBA is the top of basketball anymore. Y'all can't tell me that. Not when we barely making it through to get to the gold medal. We should be blowing these teams away. Like Serbia almost sent sent us packing.
Could you
France
imagine?
France is a beast of a team. Like we always talking about all these other places. The basketball players everywhere else in this world have caught up. They have caught up. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but there's no reason why we have LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry on the same team,
Drew
and we barely
Holiday.
and we barely winning,
I like Drew.
barely winning, barely winning games. There's no need for that. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. But
No,
I
you're right.
digress. I digress.
I didn't watch because I again have stated plenty of times I stopped watching basketball when Michael Jordan retired.
Oh God, here we go.
And so I don't know. I mean, I know the big names, but other than that, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I do know that people were up in arms because the games were a lot closer than they should have been.
Super close. Super close.
And the last game, Steph Curry did what Steph Curry does. And thank goodness his shots get off because otherwise it would have been a different conversation.
I'm still rooting against Steph Curry when my Knicks is playing. So when I head back out to San Francisco again next season to watch him lose, who's that? Who's Steph? But for right now, go Steph. Thank you, sir.
Speaking of, since you talked about the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
the bald-headed ass Romanian Gymnastics Federation contested the timing of Team USA's appeal in regards to Jordan Chiles's bronze medal.
This is disgusting. I'm so upset about this.
So she initially received a bronze medal in the individual women's floor exercise after Team USA successfully appealed a score deduction, raising her score to 13.766, placing her ahead of the Romanian gymnast Anna Barbuzo and Sabrina Maneka Vuana. Okay? So
Wow.
Romania
Don't do
did
it
what
again.
Romania did, as long as their names is here. The Court of Arbitration for Sports, also known as CAS, under the IOC's jurisdiction, ruled in favor of Romania, stating that the appeal was indeed late. As a result, the original scores were reinstated, and Childs was stripped of her bronze medal, which was then awarded to Anna. USA Gymnastics was like, now hold on, pause. We have receipts that
Receipts.
the appeal was actually put in 47 seconds after, well within this minute time frame or the 60-second time frame
Right.
you scallywags have going on.
So
So
listen.
let's let Jordan keep her bronze medal because we did the right thing. Now, also originally, let me not call Romania bald-headed scallywags because I
Wow.
believe originally they had said their answer to this would be that everyone gets the bronze medal.
Right.
So Jordan gets to keep hers, and the other two gymnasts get theirs as well, or Anna gets hers as well, or whatever. To which the CAS and the IOC were like, we're gonna take this medal away from Jordan and send it to this person. I need them to understand that Jordan Chiles is a much better human than I would ever be.
Because
Okay? You're gonna have to get this back in blood. You're not
I'm
getting
just
shit.
I'm just saying you're gonna
Come
have to
here and take it.
you're gonna have to come see me. Come
Come
see me.
see me.
It's on my neck. Come and get it. I'm here. My people are here. The stray dogs are right across the street. I'm sitting on the stoop. Come and take it off of my neck, please.
Because
Please.
the way all Jordan would have to say is who's with me. And I'm telling my job I need a personal day because Romania
Oh,
think we about to play these bullheaded scallywag games with them. Absolutely not. Come get it off my neck.
oh my
Are
God.
you serious?
Are you serious?
Sidebar. Before we even continue, um, your girl is related to an Olympic gold medalist. I have a second cousin, Ray Benjamin. How my mother just called me one day, like after the Olympics, and was like, "You heard of Benjamin?" And I'm like, "Who the hell is Benjamin?" She's like, "Me no need a boy done win the Olympics," and I'm like,
He wins
I
the
don't watch."
Olympics.
I'm like, I don't watch the Olympics.
Oh man.
He ran track and him say he do it with Antigua upon his back. You know who he is? And I'm like, I have no idea. And then she breaks down the lineage. So his grandfather and my grandfather were brothers, and my father, something with it. So anyway, I say all that to say that's my second cousin. Talk to me nice. I already told y'all if I had an Olympic, he don't even know me, and that's fine.
Mm.
That's okay.
Cause
That's okay. I already said though,
no one let her touch a gold medal, please. No one,
y'all don't even gotta
please,
let me. Y'all don't
please
even gotta
don't.
let me touch it. The way this is now a personality trait for me. Don't even try me. What? My cousin is an Olympic gold medalist in
Oh
track.
jeez.
What? I'm just. Excuse me. So now I'm even more invested in Jordan because basically, because my cousin is a gold medalist, I know Jordan Childs personally, and I need
You know
Romania
her.
square it up. Line it up, Romania, because y'all playing in our faces.
You
Because
know
Jordan
what's
is
you
now
know
my
what's
cousin too.
you know what's so annoying about this? If these damn judges had judged this right in the first place, this would have never been a situation. This
Exactly.
was a ruse to steal the damn medal from this girl. Cause like
That's what it was.
this, if they had just scored it correctly and she was bronze from the beginning, and there would have been no like contesting or anything like that,
At
and
all.
none of this would have happened. So for them to say, "Oh, we made our ruling and our ruling is final," shut up, bitch! Like That's not gonna work. Oh, you have to see everybody because that's not gonna work. That's just not gonna work. No,
The
no.
way that shut up bitch came from your heart, like I know
Because
you
that's
make
what they
that shut
seem
up
like.
bitch.
That's what they seem
Who?
like. I'm like, yo, are
Ryan
y'all
said,
serious?
"Shut up, bitch." And apparently, like one of the people is like known to not be the most upstanding of people because like he has some ties to like Romania and like the Romanian team, like the gymnastics team, is what I'm
Yeah.
hearing. You specifically, sir. Yeah,
Mm.
we wanna talk to you.
We want
Come
to
to
talk to
the
you.
US. We won't
Yeah.
jump you. We
Mm-hmm.
not finna jump you. Just come to the US.
We
We
just
want
want
to
to have a
talk.
nice civilized conversation. That's all. That is all.
Sidebar two. We also talked about how Flavor Flav is so like has become America's uncle.
Mm.
This doesn't replace the bronze medal, but he definitely made Jordan a bronze like little clock statue thing for her to wear in place of her bronze medal to make her feel better.
Yeah.
It does not replace the bronze medal, but just to see Flavor's heart, come on now. Flavor was like, Jordan, I
The
got you.
the secondhand embarrassment. I would never. I would say thank you
I
and
mean, we know she's.
immediately take it and put it inside of her purse. Don't worry, I
I mean,
got you.
we
I'll
know.
put it on when I get home. I'm gonna put it on when I get home.
I mean, we know after she took the picture with him, she ain't gonna wear it. But it's the thought that counts. Flavor thought,
Good
I'm
for
gonna make
him.
you feel better.
Yeah.
It's not huge. I mean, it's not like a Flavor Flav size clock, which
Hmm.
thank God, it's not like
Thank God.
big. It's like a small. It's almost like the size of a medal. It
Mm.
is ugly, but it's the
Yikes.
thought that counts.
Good for
And
him. Good for him.
I just shout out to Flavor Flav for being America's uncle.
Wow.
America's president dropped his 2024 summer playlist. Have you seen it?
I have seen it. I am convinced that he did not do this on his own. There's no way. There's no way. I can't see. I think some of the songs for sure. I know a Beyonce always gonna make the list for sure. That's just hands down. Or else Michelle will have his head on a platter. But like he don't. There's no way he's listening to Gen Z and Gen Alpha music. There's no way he's not doing that.
I just want to know why he enjoys Saweetie
And this
as
is the
much
question. This is the
as he
question. Well, I
enjoys
could tell you why he enjoys
Saweetie.
Saweetie. I could
I
tell you
mean, I'm
why.
sure he enjoys looking at Sweetie. Fine,
Yeah,
she's cute. I get
yeah.
it. You do not have to put her on your summer playlist
You
every
don't.
year,
You don't.
okay,
You
or
don't.
every other year. We don't
You
need.
don't.
We don't. We're not listening.
We are not.
Okay,
We are
Barry, as
not.
much as we appreciate you and your opinions on certain things, Saweetie is where we draw the line. Okay, we're not listening. Okay, you are the only person
Oh
other
man.
than Saweetie's grandmother
Mm-mm.
and her man and her family who
Mm.
actually enjoys Saweetie. Okay,
Yeah.
let's try something else.
So
Also, another thing. Out of
what
all the songs on Cowboy Carter, I know Texas Hold'em was
is
not
not
the
the
one
one?
that had you in a
No.
chokehold,
No. No.
Barack.
No. No.
Barry, I know
No.
out of
No.
all
No.
the songs on Cowboy Carter,
I
Texas Hold'em was
I
not the song that had you in a chokehold.
I
Let's
think
be for
some of the
real.
songs were a little risque for him and his audience, and so I figured he had to pick the safe Beyonce song and not the songs that
I mean,
actually
he could have
move the needle.
spaghetti.
Spaghetti. All right, that's all he needed to put on there. This is my summer playlist. Period.
Spaghetti. That's it. Case closed. No more questions asked. You know what I mean? That's really
Uh,
all I wanted to say about that. Hold on one
mhm.
second. Cash. Let people walk down the hall.
I'm leaving
Let
this in the
people walk.
episode. I'm leaving this in the episode. I'm not taking it out. It's because
Because
so many times I take these things out. I'm leaving it
because
in.
why is he barking at people just walking? They just trying to get home. They ain't coming in. They just trying to get home.
They smell like outside, and you know he he
Apparently.
he he left his little imprint on something, and they brought it right back inside, and so
Well, and
there it
he just
is.
whoa, whoa, whoa. And he don't even bark fully. He barks like a baby bark. Whoa, 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 whoa. Like they can't even hear you out there. Anyway,
Hmm.
Barack, I say this with all the love in my heart. Leave Sweetie alone. Okay? We mean it. We don't want it. Okay? She's not it's like trying to make fetch happen. She's not gonna happen.
Mm,
Okay? Let's re-listen to Cowboy Carter
yeah.
and let's just replace Texas Hold'em with spaghetti.
So last week I actually had forgotten I wanted to start something new, like have like a section of the show every week. Doesn't have to be that
Hmm.
long, but a
Hmm.
section of recommendations.
Okay.
And we completely breezed right by that last
We
week. And
did.
so
We
let's do
did.
that this week since we're talking about music. I told you to have an R&B recommendation ready for this week. I
Yes.
have one. You want
Okay.
to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. So this week, I was in the car a lot, and so I decided to listen to a bunch of music that I haven't listened to in a minute. I threw on Janelle Monáe's Age of Pleasure, last
Hmm.
year's album, her most
Hmm.
recent album.
Hmm. Hmm.
Y'all slept on them she. Y'all slept on them she because that that album is amazing.
Not them. I can't.
Because it is so good, Janae. It's like she took a cue from Beyonce. It's top to bottom. It's like a full blown party. There's no skips. It's like it goes one song into the other. It's a vibe. It feels like, have you ever seen those parties on the internet, Everyday People?
Yes.
Eh, just the
It
most
gives you
beautiful
that
black
vibe.
people having the most like unadulterated, just like carefree time, like just having, that's what this album feels like. And I want to highly recommend it to anybody that hasn't listened to it, or if you have listened to it, listen to it again, because you'll be highly surprised that it stands up a year past the time that it came out, because a lot of y'all's albums don't do that. And it's damn good. It's damn good. Just check it out. That's my recommendation for this week. All right, thanks.
I don't have an album. I do have a song that I have fallen in love with. Recommended. It was actually recommended to me by Natalie, and it is Jack Ross. So Into You, which is a basically a remake of Tamia's So Into You.
Interesting.
And when I
Interesting.
tell you that song
Interesting.
has me in a chokehold because
Okay.
it's so simple. He's not overdoing it. It's so simple. It features, I think, like D Nice has something to do with it.
Hmm.
Um, I want to say it's D Nice and Dark Child.
Dark Child. Well,
I
okay, now I
believe
have
so.
now I must listen. Now I
Um,
must now I
but
must listen.
it is so good. I can't if it comes on. Yeah. Dark Child has a is one of the producers. Is a
Right.
producer on it.
Right.
Um, I it's repeat. Like that's a song that once it
Okay.
ends, I have to
Okay.
go back and listen to it again,
Okay.
and it's just absolutely beautiful. Like
All right. So people, let us know your thoughts on our recommendations this week. Next week is going to be a different type of recommendation. I don't know if it's going to be rap. I don't know if it's going to be a movie. I don't know if it's going to be TV, but I'm going to try to do these recommendations every week. Hopefully we remember. All right.
alrighty
What
then,
else you
moving
got?
right along.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Michael Rubin, just because you are allowed into black spaces doesn't mean that you're allowed to insert your opinion on black people and things that we do. Okay?
Oh God.
I know. Some of your best friends are
Some of
Meek
my best
Mill,
friends are black.
MJ, and all that other stuff. But you are not a black man. Despite what you think, you are not allowed to say the N word. You are
Did he
also not
say the N word?
allowed,
I missed that.
no, but he
Oh.
didn't.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just letting him know because, they start to get comfortable. Like he got
Mm,
comfortable.
mm.
And I just want him to know that you should never feel as comfortable as you did to get on the Breakfast Club and make a comment about black on black hate, which is something that you have never experienced
Oh
because
man.
you are not a black person. To
Mm.
which I will further say that black on black hate is not something that exists, just like black on black crime does not exist. Because it's just basically people in similar demographics tend to
Yeah.
have these sort of relationships with people.
Yeah.
There are white people who don't like you because of who you are. I wouldn't say I have a problem with white on white hate. Or since you are a Jewish man, Jewish on Jewish hate. If I were to say that,
Yikes.
I would
what
get
I will
canceled.
say, what I will say is if you look at the stats, the amount of crime that happens in the world is usually of the same, what we want to
Yes.
call ethnicity, race, whatever,
Yes. Yes.
against each other. Like, so
Yes. White
if we
people
want to
kill
say
more
black,
white
black,
people.
white, white,
Black people kill
whatever,
black
whatever,
people.
it is what it is.
Spanish people kill Spanish people. Like it's just Asians kill it. That's how it goes. I say this probably every quarter. we have to start gatekeeping shit again. We got to stop letting people feel like they are allowed into our spaces because they get comfortable and they make, asinine statements like this. And nothing grinds my gears more than when people speak on topics that they have not experienced,
Hmm.
nor have any clue what they're talking about, but want to talk about it to a mainly Black audience because he said he hates seeing Black people hit on Black people. And, it's very evil because, like, people call Meek Mill gay and he's not gay. Sir, nobody asked you.
He basically, what happened was, I think he turned a corner. He was feeling really comfortable up there at the Breakfast Club. He
He
turned a
was.
corner and didn't realize where he was after he turned that corner, and was trying so hard not to put his foot in his mouth, and it was just like
It was
all up
already
in it was
there.
all up in there, and like
And
he
then
it was terrible.
he has since basically apologized because he said someone who he respects, i.e. Jay-Z,
Mm,
called him
of
and was
course he did.
basically
Of
like,
course he did.
yeah, I know what your intentions were, but it's not your place, my guy.
He said, "Keep my name out your damn mouth." That's all.
We allow people to get way too comfortable in our spaces. And I want us to start gatekeeping again.
Wow.
Like, it's cool. You have a cute little party that everybody likes to go to during the summer. Whoop
Mm.
de doo. You didn't play Not Like Us because you didn't want to hurt Drake's feelings at your party. We don't care. Like, mind the business that pays you. And it is not the Black community. It is not.
It is.
You
It
have other
actually is.
things.
It actually
I
is the
know it
Black
is.
community.
I
It
know it
is.
is. But I mean, like, us as individuals, like the entertainment industry, entertainment pays you.
Yeah.
We don't pay you.
Mm.
So mind your business.
Yeah. Uh, well, good for you, sir. Yeah. I it's boring, and yeah,
it's
don't do it again.
it's just
Don't do it
I'm just
again.
tired of people speaking on shit they don't know. Speaking of which, Disney, you bald headed scallywag.
Speaking of something that people don't know. Speaking of which,
I don't. Right
okay.
now, listen, I'm hot. I got these lights on me. I
Oh
forgot to put
my
my little
God,
quiet AC on.
I am so
Like,
hot.
my
You have
goodness.
a quiet AC? Where you find those?
No, my AC, when I put it on, it's just quiet. Because it's not as, it blasts air, but it's not like, you
I'm not
know,
rich, I guess. I don't have the
shut up.
I don't have the fancy views of the city, looking down upon
Oh
everybody
my
over there,
God.
with your balcony terrace view, I should say,
It is,
overlooking us peons
it's
down here,
gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, darling. No, I remember back in the day we did an episode where I made up fake terms and conditions and I had you guess which ones were real and which ones were not. Do you
Right.
remember that game?
Glad we didn't bring that one back.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't either. But y'all got to start paying attention to these terms and conditions because Disney is
You
out
really
here
do. You really do.
playing some bullheaded scallywag games with people. So this is what's happening. Dr. Tang Xuan died in October 2023 after suffering a fatal allergic reaction to a meal at the Raglan Road Irish pub in Disney Springs. Before her husband went there, they asked them about particulars because they knew she had an allergy, and they told this woman that she was going to be okay because none of their stuff contained like her allergens, which they lied. Her husband, Jeffrey Piccolo, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Disney, claiming the restaurant failed to accommodate her severe allergies to nuts and dairy despite being informed multiple times. Now, this is where the bullheaded scallywagness comes in. Disney argues that Piccolo accepted a mandatory arbitration clause when signing up for Disney Plus free trial
Free
in
trial.
2019 and
Hmm.
when purchasing Disney World tickets in 2023. This clause, Disney contends, requires disputes to be settled through arbitration, effectively barring the lawsuit from proceeding in court.
This this upset me so much because it put things into perspective. We are basically signing away our freedoms at this point. That's literally what we're doing, because Disney Plus and a restaurant, and you can't sue because your wife died, and you're not even suing for crazy amount of money. You're suing for $50,000 to take care of the burial costs. Not like I'm trying to get rich or anything, just to take care of. the main things when you are the people that are responsible for killing my wife? Are we crazy? We can't sue.
When
Jade,
I tell you I'm flipping everything over,
Jade, Jade, I'm digging up Walt. I'm digging him up.
like,
I'm digging him up. Bob Iger, you're gonna have to see me. Bob Iger is the new CEO for y'all that don't know. You're gonna have to see me because
I'm digging up Walt. Yo, I'm in tears.
yo, Jade, this is wild crazy to me. Because I signed because first of all, you told me the only way I could watch Mickey Mouse is on Disney Plus. Now, in order for me to watch Disney Plus, I had to click that I agreed to these terms, knowing goddamn well nobody's reading 16,000 pages of legalese.
Not even just 16,000 pages. Y'all put it in the smallest fucking font possible. Okay? You put it
Listen,
in the smallest font possible. So after the first two sentences, you think you're getting delirious and you're seeing Walt talk to you through the screen.
so I agreed to this so that my wife could watch Mickey Mouse with me on your platform, only for you to kill her years down the line and tell me that, bitch, no, we not doing that. Like, are we? Yo, today you don't understand. This is why people go crazy.
No,
This is why people go crazy.
the amount of money that Disney makes every year, and you mean to tell me you can't just give this man $50,000, even if y'all decided to settle out of court, just to give this man 50? He's not me,
Today,
because I'm suing you for 50 million. And I'm
today,
telling you that's emotional distress and all of that. And y'all won't give this man $50,000, and y'all are gonna sit there and say somebody signed the terms and conditions for Disney
today.
Plus.
Today, I was watching a video and the person that was explaining it, he was talking about how much Disney makes. He was about 15 seconds into the video. He was like, just in the time that I've been speaking so far, Disney has already made $384,000. The amount of money Disney makes is ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's
First of all,
ridiculous.
this is why I'm happy. Now I'm patting myself on the back in
Yes,
solidarity
you
with
pat
Mr.
yourself on the
Piccolo.
back.
Because when Disney sent me that email telling me that they was gonna raise my Disney Plus cost basically 50% from $79.99 to basically $150,
Hmm.
I told them to kiss my ass, because you ain't even giving me new content. You giving me the same old shit just for me to watch Ariel. I'll
But
YouTube that shit. Get get
they
get off
they
my
are they
nuts.
are actually giving you lots of new content now.
Just like you don't watch Star Wars, just because y'all want to pay George Lucas and them $17 billion for the Star Wars series, that's not my ministry. You charge them people that money. Leave me at my good, decent price so I can watch Beauty and the Beast and the Little Mermaid whenever I want to.
Mm-hmm,
Okay?
hmm.
Otherwise,
Hmm.
keep it. Keep it.
Yeah, yeah, it's disgusting that happy-go-lucky Mickey Mouse
Gone.
behind that dirty
Gone.
business, dirty business.
That's why Minnie's breaking up with Mickey now.
Mm,
Because he ain't
mm.
doing his job. He's supposed to make sure they out here being the happiest place on earth, and you gonna get this man $50,000 after y'all killed his wife?
That
Y'all
is,
done fucked up your own mission.
oh my god. Oh my god.
Speaking
Oh,
of,
so I was
oh, go
before you
ahead.
you just actually talking about a couple now got me thinking. I totally forgot to tell you. So I told you that my sis friend, everybody just came up from North
Mm-hmm.
Carolina or whatever. So we was at a restaurant eating dinner and she was making like inappropriate banana jokes at the table, right? And her husband was just like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Right? And I was just like, I had to tell her, I was like, "Yo, you are crazy. If your husband can't appreciate your fruit jokes, you got to let that man go." I'm
Yo,
just
I
saying.
fucking,
I'm just saying.
first of all, as soon as you said bananas, I swear it was gonna be a joke about banana splits. I promise you, my mom was like, he about to hit me with a banana split line. And I'm gonna tell Ryan to leave me alone. Now that you said let that man go, leave
Mm.
me alone, Ryan.
Mhm, mhm,
Leave
mhm,
me
mhm,
alone.
mhm, mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm.
Dear hackers,
Oh God, here
when
we go.
y'all
Here
hacking
we go.
people's stuff, hack the important stuff. Because why would you hack our social security numbers knowing good and well all of us are in debt? Most of us have bad credit. And you ain't gonna be able to do nothing with nothing. The student loan line is right there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that they can't do anything with this. I do
I
believe
mean, they
that
can.
we've had so many breaches. It's crazy. I just feel like, what do y'all want us to do? Like
Yeah.
what is like everybody's up in arms about this stuff. if they took everybody's social security number, isn't everybody in the same predicament at this point? I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, I guess for the people that are not really making money, then they are in a little bit more of a pickle. But those people that are not making the money are probably the people that they don't want to steal money from anyway. Like the people that have money can, freeze their credit. They can set up alerts and do all of those things, whatever you can do. But like whatever they're going to try to do, they're going to try to do regardless. So I mean, every day we
In
clicking
case
on terms and conditions to say
and
yes.
not reading it,
And
that's true.
so, I mean, like, what are we gonna do?
In case you don't know, in case someone has not heard, a significant data breach has reportedly exposed social security numbers and other personal information of nearly 3 billion people, potentially affecting every American. The breach is being attributed to a hacking group known as the USDOD. The data was stolen from the National Public Data, a company that provides personal information for background checks and other purposes. Hackers claim to have stolen 2.7 billion records, including social security numbers, names, addresses. The breach reportedly affects everyone in the US, UK, and Canada. And they attempted to sell the stolen records for 3.5 million, which to me seems a little low if you have 2.7 billion
Right. This
uh,
is
records.
a lot of this doesn't make sense to me. First off, this company has all of this information. Why do they have all this information?
Yeah,
Who allowed
yeah.
them to have all this information? And then if they
Question.
had all of this information, why was it easy enough for somebody to hack it and steal it?
Yeah,
That's one.
yeah.
Now, if you're saying this affects 3 billion people, right? Let's just do a little bit of basic math. 3 billion people is a third of the population of the entire planet. Okay. Now, if this only affects the US, Canada, and the UK, where y'all get these numbers from? Because the US only got about 330 something million people or whatever. Canada can't have a billion. UK for sure don't have a billion. Where does 3 billion people coming from? Like, who are these 3 billion people?
All I'm saying is, next time y'all want to hack something useful, because the reality is this has come out, and everybody, especially in the US, is already so tapped out that everybody's pretty much like, all right.
Yo, that's the problem.
like, like,
It's literally just like that. Like you go on social media and you see people making memes about this. And it's
yeah,
just
like
like
everybody is
we are so
literally
unserious because of just the sheer
the
state of
world
where we are in the world at the moment.
is shit. And you think I care that you stole my social security number? Okay. Have at it. People are like, I have $3 in my bank account. My credit cards are maxed out. My credit score is 400. Go ahead. What are you gonna do? Jaha, the joke is on you.
Today, I
Like,
renewed my passport. And in the year 2024, I had to go down to the library, fill out paperwork, bring in a whole bunch of paperwork, fill out paperwork with my nice, beautiful penmanship on paper. Then they took that piece of paper and put it in an envelope and sent it to whomever they needed to send it to. And then that paper got someplace else and somebody else opened it. So many people saw my social security in that transaction. Who God knows what happened once it got to whatever facility it got to. We've been compromised forever. Like, that's all I'm trying to say.
sidebar.
We've been
You know who got
compromised.
compromised recently? And it's not funny, but this only happens to her. Jasmine. Jasmine sent in an email asking for an apartment complex, like sent her an application. They sent her the application. She
Hmm.
sent the application back with her information, right?
Right, right.
A couple weeks later, i.e., this week, somebody emails her and is like, hey, so I think you applied for apartments here. I'm applying for apartments here. And I asked them for a blank application, but they
Hmm.
actually sent me your application with all of your information on it.
Jade, Jade,
Yeah.
Jade.
So this person, thankfully, this
Oh
woman was
my
very
God.
nice and
Right,
kind and did
r-
and reached out to her and sent her the information. She's
right.
has since reached out to the apartment complex. And I don't know who they got working for them, but the person who she was emailing was either typing with his toes or he was drunk, because nothing he said, there were so many errors in his emails to her that I was just like, this doesn't even make a modicum of sense. So I say that to say, yes, our information is compromised because the people that should be handling our information and data a little bit more carefully are just out here sending shit all willy nilly. And they're not even the ones who told her. When she reached out to them, he was like, oh, yes, there had been a slight hiccup, but it's back. Like, we fixed it. They hadn't even told her. If this woman had not reached out to her and said that this had happened, she would not know. And God knows how many people they sent her application out to
You think
before
that?
this woman.
Oh my god! Like, so people asking for stuff and they just kept sending duplicates of her
Right. Like, if so,
information. That is wild, crazy.
like, we don't know. You know
Oh
what I mean?
my
Because
god!
one person got it. So suppose it was a batch of people in that string before someone reached out to them and said, this has somebody's information on it.
Meanwhile, I guess the application was for possibly affordable apartments
Right.
in New York. She should
Right.
have known from there it was a scam because that does not exist in New York, Jasmine. All right, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make a joke of it, but like, it's the truth. The truth. Every
Okay.
time, yo, I used to fill out for those things. I just stopped because every time they like, oh, congratulations, you've qualified, and then they gonna tell me, oh yeah, for this beautiful apartment, it's just an easy, affordable $5,000. And
No,
we go up every year, and you'll be all right. Like, are
it's
you
crazy.
crazy?
It's crazy how unaffordable living is right now. Like, absolutely crazy. Like, I was telling you, like, I love Aldi, and I know, like, Trader Joe's, whatever, whatever. But I bought 41 pieces of groceries today,
Hmm.
and it only cost me $130.
This is why I shop at Aldi, but still, it's
Like,
still it's still more expensive than it used to be.
I mean, it's still more expensive than it used to be, but for someone like me who was doing like Instacart, like just having shit delivered to my house,
Right.
I I would buy 20 items and it would
Yeah.
cost me $200.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting the same items at Aldi,
Yeah.
I was at Aldi today, like she was ringing me up and it was just like $17. And she was on like the 20th item. And I'm like, all right now. Like,
Yo, Janae, I was watching HGTV last night and it was House Hunters International. This
mhm,
couple was relocating from America to Thailand.
mhm.
They was like, we got to look for an apartment for us and our kids. We need a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom with a view and a pool, Janae. They found 3 or 4 apartments for this episode. Do you know what the budget that these people had for their rent was, Janae?
How much was it?
$500.
And they
Five
found it.
$100, and they were
But
showing them options in their
But
price range.
you know what's crazy about that though is while it's affordable to us, it's unaffordable to the local community.
I get
So
that.
that's like so they're displacing these people in
Yes,
like
we
they're
are the gentrifiers apparently, but like I'm just trying to say,
no, I get what you're
what
saying
is
though.
wrong with the world? What is wrong with
No,
the
I get what
world?
you're saying though. I get what you're saying though. It shouldn't be unaffordable to live in America. It really shouldn't. And if the cost of living is going to go up, then wages need to go up, salaries need to go up, and that's not happening,
Substantially. Substantially.
unfortunately. And that's the reality of the situation.
Sorry,
Last
another
subject.
thing. Sorry, you
Oh,
got me
go ahead.
going.
Oh,
You
go
got me
ahead.
going.
Go ahead.
Because you had me looking things up on the internet. I was on TikTok and I saw this old lady because we were looking up social security. They decided to show me a lady talking about social security. This old lady, she was getting ready to retire and she pulled up her I guess her statement of how much social security she's paid over the years, and she was looking back to 1988 and 1992, I believe, when she had her first kids. She was like, at the time I was at my first kid, I was making $14,000 a year. By the second kid, I was making $21,000 a year. This is back in 1992. And she said, my husband and I, we had a home at the time. I almost flung my phone across
Yeah, no.
across the room
Have you
because
ever
at the
seen?
end of the day, our parents and the people in our parents' range telling us, "Oh, we got to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps," and "Oh,
Yeah, no.
this and this and this and that," or whatever. Y'all had it mad easy. I don't care what
Easy.
y'all say. Y'all had it
Nah,
way
you could.
easier than we had it. We are looking at houses that are the size of my closet, telling me that, "Oh, this is a house for $1.2 million, and this is a
No.
steal. This is a steal for the neighborhood." What
It's
are we talking about?
no, it's honestly it's crazy because I know for a fact that like down payments used to be like $1,000.
Today. Yo,
And
you
you would
understand
get
how
like a
upset I
house.
get? I got realtors
Like,
that I spoke with back when I was actually doing active searching. They calling me now. Hey Ryan, yeah, when you get a chance, give me a call because you know I ain't answer that damn phone straight to voicemail. Yeah, give me a call. I have the perfect place for you. And then I call them back and they want to tell me, yeah, yeah, for your we found the perfect place. It's just within range and it's about $899,000. Like, where am I going with that, Jade? Where am I
yeah,
going with
no,
that?
it's absolutely crazy. It
All right,
is. It's
I'm finished.
absolutely
I'm
crazy.
finished because you going.
I had a deep conversation that I wanted to have to you about something, but I'm going to save it for next week. So we're going to end on this because this could be a conversation to be had.
Okay.
Did you hear about the Detroit judge who handcuffed a student on a courtroom field trip?
Another person that I want to handcuff to the back of my truck and drag across the damn field. Like, what is wrong with this man? What is
So,
wrong with this man? Go
for
ahead.
those of you who don't know, a teenager who happened to be a young lady was on a field trip to a Detroit court, was handcuffed and made to wear jail clothes by Judge Kenneth King after she fell asleep and allegedly displayed a poor attitude in the courtroom. The judge who works at the 36th District Court claimed his actions were intended to teach the girl a lesson about courtroom conduct, likening it to a scared straight approach. The incident, which was part of a visit organized by the Greening of Detroit, has drawn criticism, with the nonprofit's chairperson stating that the judge's methods were unacceptable and traumatizing for the student. He's since defended his actions, stating he wanted to make the experience feel real to the student, although he acknowledged there was no real intention of jailing her. He also mentioned offering to mentor the girl after speaking with her parents.
No thanks.
Before you give your
No thanks.
piece,
No thanks.
I believe I read somewhere, and I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but she may also be homeless. Like, this may have been an unhoused teen. So
Ah,
this may have been the first time that she was able to
oh
actually close her
my.
eyes and get some
Oh
restful peace.
my God, Jade.
I
The man never asked her why she is sleeping. He just was berating her because she was sleeping. What do you think? Like, people don't think that people have lives that don't revolve around the life that or the world that they have in their own bubble. Like, what could have possibly been the reason why this girl is sleeping? You just mentioned that she might be unhoused. There could be so many other reasons, but like, what did she do wrong? Why? What? Like,
like
what? Like, is it illegal to sleep?
Here's the thing. We always say we need more judges and lawyers and police officers to look like us. We don't mean Negroes like him.
Yo,
We do not mean Negroes like him. Because I have since seen a video of him talking about the incident. And the way this man is so callous and so full of himself, you are not the morality police, sir. The fact that you lack any sort of empathy when dealing with a child, because a teenager is still a child, lets me know
yes,
that you probably should not be on the bench. Because again, anything could have happened or could have been happening in this young lady's life. And instead of you giving her an opportunity to pull herself together, while you tell her, young lady, just step outside of the courtroom with another adult, go wash your face and come back, and leave her with a little bit of feeling like a decent human being, you decided to berate her and try to make an example out of her in front of her peers, which does more harm
then
than
good.
good.
Come,
Why
yo,
are we handcuffing our children? Why
today,
did you think that it was necessary for you to handcuff our children?
today I have a child that is about to be a teenager. Let this have been my child today. Missing patella. Just saying. Missing patella. Because you ain't never gonna be the same again. Like, no, this is not happening. This is like, who are you? Who do you yo, the power trips that these people go on, the ego that these people have, some people should not be able to have any sort of power. It doesn't make any
It
sense.
truly, it truly shouldn't. And if this is the, you can tell this is the type of person who's never had power in his life,
Ever.
and
Yeah.
when put into a situation where he is now the person in power, he doesn't know what to do with it. So far, he has faced repercussions. He's lost his teaching gig at Wayne State,
Good.
and he's been temporarily removed from the bench. He's been suspended for
Yeah,
handcuffing
he ain't
her,
getting back on
which
that damn bench. He ain't getting back on
which
that
deserves,
bench.
because why are you handcuffing a little girl? Why are you making her put on jail attire? What lesson does that have to do with sleeping?
I would understand if she threw something at the bench, maybe, or like I don't know if she did, if she had some sort of assault, if she did something like she was. asleep.
If
He
she
was
would have
probably
walked up,
boring the hell out of her on that bench in the first place. Yo,
that's
it,
it.
oh, okay.
Let me say something. I had internships at the New York District Attorney's Office when I was a young wee lad myself. They had might as well throw me in the jail if she's putting the handcuffs on this little girl for sleeping. I was in file rooms teaching people how to give lap dances.
Wow.
Okay, I
Well,
was
there it
pulling
is.
up to
Well, there it
what
is.
I was pulling up
No,
to trials and shit,
nobody asked her this
looking at
information.
defendants
Nobody did.
and telling my friends, you should bag him. Criminals, criminal activity. And she fell asleep. My point is, there are much worse things for you
What
to
is
be
the
worried
point?
about. There are much worse people out there for you to be worrying about than a sleeping teenager.
Like
Because had
you.
it been me, yes, I was out here out of pocket.
I
Okay, I
just
should have been locked up.
yo, it
I
is
could have been locked up.
it's wild. Like, yo, first of all, also when the sleep is coming for you, it's coming
You
for you.
can't
I've been at a party like leaning on the speakers and
not,
dozing off. Like just
not.
I'm
You know
just
how
saying.
many times I have jerked myself awake in a situation where I'm like, oh shit, you shouldn't be sleeping because you can't help it. No
You
matter
can't
how
help
many
it.
times
You
you
can't
tell
help it.
your brain, no, we gotta keep them eyes open. They start to close. There's nothing you can do about it.
Mm,
I hope if Judge Wayne has children, I mean Judge King has children, that his children let him know that he is an embarrassment to them and that what he did was not only out of order and out of pocket,
mm-hmm.
but was absolutely disgusting. And
Yeah.
that he needs to learn to be empathetic because that's what was missing in this whole thing was empathy for a little black girl who you decided to traumatize because of your ego. She fell asleep in a boring fucking courtroom.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
probably just going on and on and on about shit this little girl didn't care about.
Yeah. I have a what I've realized is a pretty exciting job for young children. And I remember during the pandemic, we had like a show and tell, like a bring your parents to work day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the day that I went up for my daughter, it was me and the person that I was up against was a New York State Supreme Court justice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, how can I follow this man? Luckily, they didn't have me follow him. They had me go first. The kids were locked into they were locked into what I was telling them. And then this boring ass judge came up after me. It was night and day.
Like,
I get it. Them kids was like, "Are we done yet?" When the other man was talking. That's how crazy it is. I
because don't
understand.
nobody want to hear about
I
you.
understand.
Y'all not even giving it to y'all not even breaking it down to kids and bite-sizable like fun pieces. Y'all just droning on and on about laws. Like, ugh. I hope her family sues you for emotional distress
Oh, I would do more than suing if it was my daughter. That's all I'm saying. But anyway,
because my
hmm
goodness.
let's
Anyway, I
lighten it
do
up.
have a topic. Yeah, I
What
do
you
have a
got?
topic, but I'm gonna save it for next week because we're almost at an hour and 15
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah. Because
and
I done
this
told
is
y'all
gonna
these
be
damn edits take forever. So,
yeah. So
You want to start off the
so
jokes or not? Is it auntie jokes or is it dad jokes?
it's auntie jokes.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see what you got.
So I went to the doctor the other day, and I told the doctor I've been bitten by a wolf. She asked me where, and I was like, no, just a regular one.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Oh
that
God.
tickled me.
What do you give the dentist of the year?
An oral presentation.
A little plaque. What else you got?
My niece put together a PowerPoint presentation explaining why I should take her to the water park. It
Okay.
had several slides.
Mm. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Uh, what do attorneys wear to work?
A lawsuit.
That was too easy. Damn it. Lawsuits.
I had to think about that. How does
Uh-huh.
a phone get drunk?
Damn. I'm sure it's right there as soon as you say it. Go ahead.
It takes screenshots.
Mm. Yeah. All right. Did you know that dogs can't operate MRI machines?
but cats scan.
Cats can.
I am convinced you may have done this one. I'm not sure. This is
Okay.
this is my this is my moneymaker joke that when I saw it, I was very happy with it, but you may have done this. What do you call a woman between two goalposts? Or maybe you didn't do
I
this
did
one.
not. I did not. I don't know it.
A net.
I think I did have an Annette joke, but I don't think I landed
Whew.
it like that. It was different. But yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh,
All right.
that was my last one.
All right.
So you could take us
Whatever.
home.
Uh, I don't
Oh,
know.
okay,
I don't know
maybe
if I,
not.
I don't know if I want to tell these other two jokes, but yeah, I think that's it. Do you know why? Do you actually know why I started telling dad jokes?
No.
It was back in high school. I told a bad joke in chemistry class. It got no reaction. Virgo season show at Virgo season show at gmail.com is the email address. You can let it out. You can let it out. You don't have to
I
pretend.
just I just
Oh, okay, I'm gonna say it again. Virgo season show
no.
at gmail.com is the email address. Send us emails.
You know why? Because I was listening to you. Like I thought you was really giving us a backstory. No reaction. You can also find us on social media. Virgo Season
Oh
Show.
God.
That's on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find Ryan at O Black Ryan on social, and you can find me at Joyhdae.
All
No
right.
reaction.
Goodness gracious. It is giving Sahara Desert right now. I'm so hot. It is.
Sweating, like sweating. I keep
And
putting on chapstick because my lips is like extra dry right now.
it's not because it's hot though. It's because of all the camel toes. Have you seen them? They out there. Will gave me that joke. Will's out here. He's submitting mad jokes on this thing.
Ryan, tell Will to get off my email. Get back here. I just
Virgo season.